Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel Think Project. In this series, we are going to build a Flask web application uh, which is a framework for Python. Now Flask is a very beginner friendly and easy to implement framework for web development. So let's get started. First we'll create a directory here and let's name it Flask project. We will be building our project inside this directory. Now let's open terminal and let's change our directory to this Flask project, and let's set up a virtual environment for installing Flask. So we can say virtual env and name of the environment Flask env, let's say. Let's activate this using source Flask env bin activate. As you can see, Flask env is now activated. Now let's use the pip command for installing Flask as given here. Pip install Flask. Okay, Flask has successfully installed now. Now we also need a code editor. I prefer Visual Studio Code, but you can go for any other code editor as well. Let's click on download and choose an OS. After having these two set up, let's get straight to coding. Open Visual Studio Code and open the directory which we just created, Flask project. And let's quickly create a file named flaskapp.py. Now first we need to import that Flask which we just installed. We can do that by from Flask import Flask class. Now we need to create an instance of this Flask class. Let's say the instance is app, and then we put in name of the application package inside the Flask class, and let's define a decorator function app.route which binds the URL to a function which we are going to define now. But before that, let's create another path for the same route, app.route home. Now let's define a function home and make it return a string hello world. Now we also are giving a condition here so as to run the Python file directly from the terminal. The condition is if name equal to main, then we run the app. Let's save this Python file. Let's go to terminal. Let's clear this out and let's run this Python file. Since we are in the same directory, we can access it directly using python 3 flask app.py. Let's run it. As you can see, a URL is generated here. Let's copy paste this URL and let's go to our browser and paste this in. So as you can see, hello world is printed here in our browser. So what this app.route decorator did is it binded the URL which is this /home, and this binded it to the function which returns hello world. So as a result, the browser renders hello world and prints it here. And we can also use /home as we had specified in that route, and we can see the same output is generated. And one more thing, since this is the local host server, so we can substitute this for localhost and we can obtain the same result. So in this way we don't have to remember the code and we can specify just localhost and then 5000, which is the port code. Okay, that's it. This is a very basic app which prints hello world. We'll be building upon this and we will be adding many more features such as a to-do list, a blog post feature. Then we can implement a login register system, and we can also implement an API to work our way through and learn new stuff. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and also don't forget to share and subscribe.